So I just finished with my driving class.
And then later on we have the basketball game. If I can finish 6 eggs in 5 or 6 minutes, for sure I'm saving time. This is your friendly neighborhood chiropractor living the bodybuilding lifestyle, and we're going to be doing a day in the life on this episode. We're going to start by doing my breakfast. Normally I like to boil the eggs while I get ready for the gym, but I'm not training today, so that gives me a little bit more extra time. So I'm actually just going to fry the eggs this time. I like, if I do have some extra time, adding some colors to my eggs. I don't know, I grew up eating omelets. My parents would cook me omelets with like peppers and onions. So that's what I'm going to do for this omelets. Add some frozen onions and frozen peppers with the omelet. It's super easy and I like the taste, I like the texture. So we're gonna go with that. We'll do my usual 6 eggs. And then for my girlfriend, I'll just fry her eggs without anything because she doesn't like that. Maybe it's just not typical in Spain or Mallorca, I don't know, but she doesn't like adding, you know, the peppers and stuff like me. So she's a little boring. All right, so we're gonna get started. Before I continue, so for this day in the life, I'm going to start with either getting a haircut or doing my driving lesson. In the US, I'm used to driving automatic, but here we have a manual car because it's a whole lot cheaper. It's reversed because in the US, you have more people with automatic cars and it's way more affordable. And it's almost like a cool thing if you have a manual car. But in Spain, it's super typical to have most cars as manual, but I don't know how to drive stick or manual, however you want to call it. So I've been taking lessons and my instructor thinks maybe in about 2 or 3 more lessons, I can actually take my driving test and finally get my license in Spain, which is super, super great. So my girlfriend doesn't always have to drive us anytime we're in the car. So that's a big, big plus for us. And like I said, I'm also going to get a haircut. My girlfriend has been very nice enough to keep reminding me that I need to get a haircut. I'm going to be getting that either before or after the driving test. And we also have a basketball game today. My girlfriend's co-worker, he has tickets, or he let her know that there's a basketball game in Mallorca. It's 2 teams, I think, that are in Mallorca that are going to be competing against each other. Basketball is my favorite sport, so I'm excited to watch that. I actually have not even seen an NBA game. I've never even watched a live NBA game in the US, so it's going to be nice to watch one here. So it'll be really fun to see how that goes. So yeah, it's really nice. The coworker recommended her to come. He's going with his partner, so it'll be, I guess, maybe us 4 together. I'm not sure. This guy's been really welcoming with her going into her new job because she doesn't really know anyone, but she found him. I'm a little worried because he also gave her some coffee samples from his friend. So I need to keep an eye on this guy, but no, I'm kidding. So far, he seems like a really nice guy. He's been really helpful for her and been helping her figure out how to do her job better and get things started because it's been, I think, less than a month since she's been working at this new job or office. So super glad she has someone she can talk to and get help from. So let's get started with these eggs.
I pretty much last exercise, so that's how I structure my pre, intra, and post-workout nutrition. Called Kuba 10 for all of your Trained by JP needs. White chocolate coconut, and that's still my absolute favourite. And this consistency is exactly what you should be aiming for. Like, guys, try it out for yourself, see what works for you. Anyway, let's enjoy this final piece of caffeine. Updates to do. I know a couple of boys have messaged me, so I think a few dietary updates will go down today, even though it's a Saturday, yes.
Okay, last bite. Last 2 bites. So breakfast is done. Right now I'm going to send an exercise to a client that's been struggling with tinnitus, ringing in the ears for the past 2 months. So I'm going to send them an exercise that will help them do their own sort of treatment for it before I see them again next week. Yeah, tinnitus is a difficult one, but definitely been able to help quite a few clients with that. So if you have a problem with that, you can just send me a message and I'll see if that's something I can help with for you. On the topic of breakfast, I used to eat at least for a year plus consistently. I would eat 8 eggs and 2 bagels every single morning, more or less. Weekends sometimes they're a little different, but I thought that's what I needed for maintenance calories for my diet and to maintain performance in the gym. But I was wrong, because for the past 6+ months I've been eating just 6 eggs and 1 bagel, and I've dramatically lost a lot of body fat. I didn't realize that my body fat was that high, because it's clear that it was, because I lost about 3-4 kgs of weight. And I know it's not from muscle, because my performance was still excellent and I was still maintaining the weights that I was normally lifting. So that tells me that my maintenance calories were off. And that's something you need to figure out yourself. You need to figure out what your maintenance calories is, and being more realistic with yourself on whether you are having the body fat percentage that you think you do. Because I thought my body fat percentage was not that high. But if I'm able to lose 3-4 kgs or so in like 2 months, for sure I was eating way too many calories. And another thing with me eating, that was difficult to have 8 eggs and 2 bagels. Now it's still hard for me a bit to have 6 eggs and 1 bagel. It's easier, obviously, but it's still a struggle for me. I don't know what it is when it comes to eating. My body does not want to swallow anything unless I've chewed it at least 50 times. I mean, it feels like 50 times. My body just does not want to swallow it, which is great because it makes digestion more efficient and more smooth when it gets into my system from swallowing. But it's not like it's a choice. My body just does not want to swallow. if I don't chew my food a billion times every single bite. So it makes eating for me longer. And I notice when I have, for example, 6 eggs boiled, it's way easier. I can have 6 eggs and eat that in like 5-6 minutes easy. I think the biggest reason for that is I don't really have to chew that much, but with these fried eggs and the volume looking bigger and me having to cut and have each piece and bite, it's slowing down my rate of eating. And it makes me feel like I'm eating more food, but it's still 6 eggs, right? Now, obviously there's a little bit of olive oil because I put it on the pan before I fry the eggs, but that should not be the biggest difference. The biggest difference for sure is going to be the fact that the volume of the eggs are bigger and the process of actually eating the food is different. So that's something you want to think about. If you're, for example, in a crunch in terms of time and you need to figure out, what should I do? Personally, I think boiling your eggs are easier because 1, it's easier for me to eat, and 2, I can do other things while the eggs are boiling. Now, obviously, it's a little bit annoying to having to peel all the eggshells, but if I can finish 6 eggs in 5 or 6 minutes, for sure I'm saving time. So just something for you guys to think about. So I'm gonna finish sending this exercise to the client for their tinnitus, and then I'm going to show you guys our order that we got from HSN, which is protein powder and a few other things. All right, so let's check out this HSN order. We got some extra scoopers to get the powders out. We needed more creatine. And by the way, guys, if you're looking for a supplement store or something like that, of course you can go to your local stores wherever you are, but I'm telling you, HSN is unmatched. The delivery speed is second to none. It's just as good as Amazon, maybe even better. We almost never wait more than 3 days for an order. And that's pretty impressive. Normally we'll get them within 2 days, but if it's pushing it 3 days or something like that, it's very, very fast, very, very efficient, and good prices. This was a gift based on the total price that I paid. It's like a extra add-on you can add as a gift. So I got some extra whey protein, but this is Italian cappuccino. And another whey product I bought. Normally when I can add a gift, I just get more protein, because to me there's no other better supplement than that, other than creatine, or maybe if we need more vitamin D or whatever, but it's usually protein is number one. If I can add that as a gift, I will. So I got another protein packet. This one is biscuit flavored. This should be nice. And this is the big order. This is 2 kgs of salted caramel. So we're definitely looking to try this. This is probably one of our favorite flavors. I think this is my girlfriend's favorite flavor, period. So we had chocolate on our last order, so it'll be nice to switch up and get the salted caramel. So we got our whey protein, our creatine monohydrate. Normally in terms of whey, there's different levels in terms of how digestible they make the protein. You have your whey protein, which is fairly basic, which is what we normally get, but you can also get whey isolate, which is digested even more, so it makes it more of an easier process for your stomach. If you struggle with just having regular whey protein, a whey isolate will make it more comfortable for digestion. And then they have hydrolyzed versions, which is even more digestible for people that have stomach discomfort or sensitivities with protein powder. So this is a great option, or the cheapest option, if you can just do a whey protein. This can be a regular whey powder. I normally have no issues now, and I do 2 scoops in one sitting. So I know for sure my stomach and my digestion can definitely handle this. But if for whatever reason you notice that bothers you, if you have a scoop and like you do maybe with me, you do 2 scoops and it bothers you, then I would try a whey isolate, and then if not, I'll try the hydrolyzed version. But keep in mind, the more digestible it is, normally the more expensive it is. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for what sort of protein powder to actually purchase or order.
It's cold today, but to be honest, I rather prefer colder weather like this and not sweating like the hot Mallorca weather. To be honest, I'm surprised it's not super hot yet, because it's May already and it's not really that hot yet, which I'm super happy about, because the summers here for me feel like they're like 8 months in the year. Summers feel really, really long in Mallorca, so I'm really happy we're not having super, super hot weather. But now I'm on my way to my driving lesson. And then I'll get a haircut right after. Hats from Bershka, shirt from Uniqlo, pants from Uniqlo, shoes are Asics. So I just finished with my driving class. He's very happy with how I'm driving so far with the manual, and he said he already put me on the exam list, which is great. So I just have to wait on the actual date of my exam, but until then we're gonna take a couple more classes, and yeah, so far so good. And now it's time to get this haircut. I'm going to a new place because my usual guy at my usual barbershop is not working there right now, so I'm gonna just go to a different spot. I'm usually not very picky, but we'll see how this goes. But yeah, should be fine. We'll see.
All right, haircut is officially done. Here's the sides. Got the beard shaped up. Everything is looking decent. I wasn't expecting a lot more than this, so I'm happy. Now I'm all dressed up because I'm getting a little bit of time at a coffee shop. I'll show you guys the outfit and then I'll head over there. All right. Okay, here's the look. I got these pants from Bershka, this sleeveless top from Thara, and these are just regular New Balance shoes. So yeah, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable after getting driver's lesson done, getting a haircut, and now just relax and maybe get a little matcha with my time at the coffee shop and get a little bit of work done. And then later on we have the basketball game. Before I do head off to the coffee shop, I'm going to get one of my meals done. Here's some rice, pasta, and a little bit of ground beef underneath. Probably hard to see everything, but here's the meal. So this probably is not going to take me long to eat because I'm hungry. So after that, then we go to the coffee shop.
now I'm home. I just got back from the cafe and we're getting ready for the basketball game. I had to stay in the cafe way longer than I expected because it rained so much, but now we're going to get changed and get ready to meet up with the coworker that told us about the game an hour before the game starts so we can hang out and then watch the game together. Hey, we're back from the basketball game. It was definitely not what I expected at all. So first of all, the game started at 9 o'clock, which is already close to our bedtime because we're normally asleep by like 9:30. But we're super glad we were able to watch it. It was my first live basketball game, and yeah, it was not a close game at all. I think it was 59 to 85. The team that we wanted to win, at least the team that Maria's co-workers team, the one that he wanted to win, ended up losing really, really badly, almost by 30 points, which was a big surprise. But it was nice to meet him and his girlfriend and having all four of us together watching the game and seeing all the highlights and all the bad lights, I guess if you want to call it, the negative parts of the game. But overall, I'm super happy we went. And it was definitely exciting and engaging because the crowd was super, super loud. Everyone was looking forward to watching the teams, and it didn't go the way everyone wanted, but at least it was a great game, more or less. So I do think it's a great game that we were able to watch, but at the same time, I wanted the game to be a lot more competitive. Like you guys saw, I had my driving lesson, and then I got my haircut, and then I had my little coffee time with getting some work done at a coffee place, and then we went to the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this day in the life. This is definitely the day in the lives are the ones that you guys like the most from what I've noticed based on the views on my YouTube. So I'll try to do more of these, but yeah, I'm definitely tired and I hope you enjoyed this. But like we always say, hope I see you guys at the squat rack and in the kitchen. Peace.